everyone, so today's video is the Partners in Cream Project Pan update. This was originally created by Steph Lines and Lynn. I will have all the information down below in the description box, so if you want more details about this project, make sure to go check that out. And I do currently have 6 products going in this project at once, so these updates aren't super long. Technically, there's also quarterly refreshes, but I'm not going to be refreshing all of my products. I will be rolling in and obviously rolling out a few products today, but I'm not going to be refreshing everything. So let's just go ahead and get straight into the update. So the first product that I rolled into this project is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer. And I haven't gotten a ton of use out of this. I've used it 6 times within this whole project. So 6 uses in a few months isn't much usage at all, but I'm really just including this in this project to sort of help myself get a little bit more use out of this and more use out of my base products in general, because I don't really reach for foundations or tinted moisturizers just because I prefer to use concealer on the spots where I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. So this project has just sort of helped me get a little bit more use out of this. I would eventually like to finish this, but obviously that's not going to happen anytime soon. So my goal sort of with this product is just to get as much use out of it as I can, and I have been really enjoying it. Obviously I'm not using it very much, so I'm not getting sick of it, but I do like the way this looks on my skin. And in the next refresh, I may roll this out for a different skin product or tinted moisturizer type of product, just because I don't want to use this all year long. I also want to get use out of my other foundations in my collection. So this is going to stay in probably for the next few months, but it may be rolled out later in the project, even though I'm not going to end up finishing it. Next up, we have my little mini Benefit What's Up highlighting stick. I've had this in my collection for so long, but this is taking me forever to use up. There's such slow progress on this, so I'm feeling not very motivated with this one. And I'm not necessarily getting sick of it. It is pretty, and I like that it's really easy to throw on really quickly in the morning, just doing like 2 stripes on my cheeks. So it is really easy to use, which I've been liking. It's just not necessarily my favorite product, and I don't know, it's just not the most fun for me to use because I've had it in my collection for so long. And I do have a lot of other highlighters I would rather use over this, but I don't really have an issue reaching for this just because it is so quick and easy in the morning. So like I said, the progress with this one is definitely very slow. It looks like there's a tiny bit of product left, but this is going to take me so long to finish this up. It may even take me the rest of the year. I will show you guys my markings where I sort of track the progress. So right here is the Benefit highlight. You can see I've really just drawn a line right next to the old line. I'm making very slow progress on this. So I will keep this in this project, keep using it. I don't want to declutter it. I would rather finish it up because I've made so much progress on it so far. So I am just going to keep it in this project, see how it goes over the next few months. And I did use that Benefit highlighting stick 14 times since the last update, so I have been using it the majority of the time I do my makeup. I've used it 22 times in total, and there is, like I showed you, barely any progress, so that's not super motivating, but I guess like overall I have made a little bit of progress on it, so hopefully eventually I will be able to finish it, but that one I do foresee it being in the project for most of this year. Next up, I also have one of my Stila Glitter and Glows in the shade Monarch. This is a really pretty light iridescent sort of pinky purple blue shifty shade. I do have this on the inner part of my eyelids today, and it's not necessarily drying out. I feel like there's not a ton of product left in here. It is slightly dry maybe, but I feel like I will have this finished pretty soon. It either will dry up or I won't be able to get much product out. So I feel like this one is sort of on its last leg. So I just wanted to throw this in this project to get a little bit more use out of it, finish it up, or just wait until it dries out. But I have been using this every so often. I don't reach for it a ton though. I did use this 3 times since the last update. I've used it 4 times in total. So over the past month, I have reached for it a little bit more, but like I said, I don't get a ton of use out of my single or my liquid eyeshadows in general. So I haven't been using this a ton, but I'm glad I've been able to get a little bit of use out of it before it dries out. I will keep this in the project for the next few months, see if it dries out or if I'm able to just use most of the product that's in here. Now getting on to the more fun updates, I also have my Kosas Tropic Equinox Duo in this project, and obviously I already have pan on the highlighting shade. I did want to hit pan on this blush, but I've had this in my collection probably for at least a few years now, a couple years maybe, and it just doesn't smell good anymore. It smells really bad, like almost plasticky, and that gross kind of bad makeup smell. So I know these also don't last very long. Like they're kind of known to go bad pretty quickly, especially because they're cream products, which is kind of the point of this project, but it just doesn't smell great. And there's other cream blushes and highlighters that I would rather reach for over this, and I'm not reaching for it very often as it is. So I am just going to get rid of this just because it's so old and it doesn't smell great. So I don't necessarily want to put it on my face. So this is one I will be decluttering. Also, if you're curious, I did use this one time since the last update, so obviously I haven't been using it very much. I've used it 3 times in the total for this whole project, so I'm just not reaching for it. And there's other highlighters and blushes I would rather get used out of my collection, as well as the fact that it's sort of going bad and doesn't smell great. Next up, we have my little mini Nude Sticks blush in the shade Sweet Peach Peony. There's the tiniest little bit of this left, and in the last update you guys saw, obviously I didn't have a ton left then either, so I really did think this was going to be finished for this update. I probably still can get like 1 or 2 uses out of it, so I will continue to use it, get those couple uses out of it before throwing it out. But I am counting this as done. I will be rolling it out and rolling in a new product for it, even though I will use it a couple more times just to finish it off. The update lines on this are pretty steady, so it was pretty easy to tell that I was going to finish it during this update, and I have pretty much completely finished it. You can see that there's really not much left at all. And I did use this 11 times since the last update, and it took me 20 uses in total to completely finish this. This had been used a good amount of time when I rolled it in, although I feel like 20 uses isn't a lot, especially for like it is mini size, but I feel like a blush like this should last you a little bit longer. But this basically lasted me only 20 uses, which for like a mini size isn't great, but it's also not terrible, I guess. I don't know. I just feel like these aren't very good value for your money. So I definitely won't be repurchasing these. They're also not my favorite type of cream products. I usually prefer my cream products in a pan form, so I just don't reach for these types of products in general, so I'm really happy to have this finished off. And then I also finished off my Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy. You can see there's a tiny bit of product left in there, but I really can't reach it with the wand. And I did also take the stopper out of this too, so I was able to get a lot more of the product after I took the stopper out, but I feel like there's not really a point in trying to scrape that little part out at the bottom. I guess I could stick like a little spatula in here and try to get those remnants out, but I feel like that's just not worth it for me. So I am calling this done. I'm happy with my usage on this. Also, these mini glosses do have a lot of product in them to begin with, so I got a ton of use out of this, so I'm really happy with my use on this, and also just to get another gloss out of my collection. I was sort of trying to track my progress on this, but this was a gloss where I just reapplied multiple times, sort of as like a hydrating lip product. So I use this probably like over 50 times, honestly. I started tracking my progress or my uses on it, and then I just sort of gave up because I was applying it like at least 3 times a day. So I am really happy I was able to finish this off relatively quickly. So the products I will be rolling in, I'm rolling in 3 products. I did roll out 3 products. So I will be actually choosing another Fenty gloss. This is in the shade Confetti. So it is more so a clear gloss. It does have sort of blue pinkish reflex. This is what I have on my lips today, obviously over another lip product. But I feel like this is like the most neutral mini Fenty gloss that I have left. I do have 3 left of these in my collection, including this one, and the other 2 are more summer shades. It's like the bright orange shade and the bright pink shade that came with this set. So I will be panning this one now. Maybe if I finish this one up, I will then move on to one of the brighter shades in the summer. But I felt like I could get away with using this now just sort of as a gloss to throw on my lips like I did with Fussy. Obviously, Fussy is probably slightly more wearable, but I don't feel like the blue pinkish shift shows up that much on my lips, and it's obviously a more clear gloss. So I'm really excited to get some use out of this. I have used this a good amount. Like there's definitely a ton of product left in here. Like I said, there's so much product that comes in these lip glosses, so it probably will take me at least a few months to finish this off. And then I also decided to roll in another lip product. I am currently doing my Project 5 Uses lip product edition, so I'm trying to get use out of a lot of lip products right now, but I wanted to start to work on some kind of lipstick or tinted lip product. So I chose my Catrice Lip Tint. This doesn't even have the shade name on it, and I'm pretty sure these aren't even available anymore. But that was a reason why I wanted to pan this, and it is just a natural everyday color. I've also had this in my collection for quite a while, so as you can see, there's a good amount of product left. This is a more sheer lip color that I can just throw on though, so I'm hoping this will go relatively quickly if I remember to apply it every so often, like at least once a day maybe. And I'm also panning that gloss, so I'm trying to pan a couple lip products, so obviously I can't be applying both of them multiple times a day. I mean, I guess I could if I use this and then use the gloss over top, but I may just throw this in my bag to reapply at work, or I don't know if I'm gonna get a ton of use out of this to begin with, but especially after I finish my Project 5 Uses with my lip products, I feel like I will be able to get more use out of this, obviously. So I do want to just start working on this now. I'm not necessarily gonna make a ton of progress on it right now. And then lastly, I decided to roll in a liquid blush. I was sort of going back and forth on what cheek product I wanted to roll in. Initially, I chose my Lime Cream blush that sort of acts as like a blush and a highlighter in one, but since I'm still panning my Benefit What's Up, I wanted to throw this one in to sort of use in conjunction with the Benefit highlight. So this is from Cloven Hollow, and it is their Hydra Tint blush. These are no longer available. Cloven Hollow did a whole rebranding, and they did get rid of these, sadly, because these were very, very hyped up. So during that sale after, or maybe before their rebrand, they obviously had a sale on all the products they were trying to get rid of. So I did purchase this on a really good discount, and I'm happy to have it in my collection. It is a pretty unique shade, so I feel like this will just be easy to throw on in the morning with that cream highlighter. So I decided to roll this one in just because I feel like it would work well with that cream highlighter. I can just throw them both on and then blend them out with a sponge, because normally for work, when I'm trying to get ready in like 5 minutes, I will put on the least amount of makeup as possible, which is usually just concealer, blush, and highlight. And I do like to use creams just because my skin is so dry these days. So I am really excited to get some use out of this. This is relatively new to my collection. I haven't used it a ton, so I'm excited to roll this in. And I didn't really think about my goal with this one. I definitely will not finish it because it's pretty much brand new. There's so much product in here. So maybe I will set a usage goal of about 25 uses. It depends how often I want to roll through these products. So maybe 25, 50 uses. I guess I will see next update how much I end up using it, and then I will kind of decide from there. Let me know what you guys think my goal should be for this product. And that is it for this update. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you're doing this project down below in the comments, because I do really love talking to you guys and hearing what's going on with your guys' projects and just your guys' lives in general. So if you did enjoy this, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I do post new videos 2 times a week now, trying to post 2 times a week. I've been slacking a little bit just because I've been so busy with work, but I do try to post 2 times a week now. So if you would like to see more from me, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified every time I post. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.